morning, good afternoon, and all of that wonderful stuff. All right, we have another virtual live. Lord of mercy, hold on there. I don't know why my phone just got dark so a while ago. We have another virtual live. Now, people, take a look at the screen. You notice my new graphics from my page. You notice the display, the wonderful Jamaican colors. Yeah, man. This is it right here. If you guys want to get your own, you know, your own situation, you can reach out to me. You can reach out to me on WhatsApp, and I'll give you the the young lady that does it. All right. Um, as a matter of fact, give me a second. Let me find her page. Foremost her face. She have a new page now, so. You know, when you have two number, you know, how you guys doing? How you guys doing? And nobody watch nothing. See them there. I'm here. Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button. Don't watch the darkness. Anyway, let me find our page quick and fast. She did an excellent job, and we want to put her up on blast, so anybody when need to get theirs made, of course, you know the business, you know how business goes. You just reach out to her and sort out the business, right? Tell her the concept that you want and everything, and she will do the rest. Let me call her now too. So, over 200 earthquakes in 4 days in Greece. Greece is on high alert. Hello? I'm up on the live here. Yeah, so send me the link to your YouTube page, please, on the WhatsApp right now, so we can show it. All right.
Which one of my pages?
The new one, obviously. The new one.
Alright.
Yeah, man. All right. All right, people. So I'm gonna get the link for the page. No, 200 people. 200 plus earthquake in a Greece in a 4 days. Now, I've never heard anything like that in my entire life. And in this video here, we're going to learn something, obviously, that we didn't know before, because Greece, there has been a lot going on in Greece where earthquakes are concerned. You know that it is a tourist attraction. Greece is a tourist attraction. On the platform, I am purposefully talking about different news items, more on a global scale as they come to me. I am more engaged with them because there seems that some people want to have a monopoly on the Jamaican news. You know, some people want to have a monopoly on the Jamaican news, ladies and gentlemen. You understand? Why shouldn't I said it yet? You know, it's my fault. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. So this is her page, guys. This is her YouTube page, all right? Go over there and subscribe to her YouTube page. She's the one that did my banner and my profile pic. All right? I, of course, wanted mine in a certain way, so I described it to her. And I will tell you that I am pleased. Okay? She's very creative. She's very quick. So I encourage you guys to go ahead and subscribe to the platform and support her in every way, shape, or form. She's starting over. She had another channel that has over 2,000 over 1,000 subs, but something is going on with YouTube. It's kind of crazy. Anyway, let's listen.
And ban access to seaside areas and announce additional flights to help people flee. But what's behind the string of quakes? And is the worst over yet? Our next report tells you.
It's hardly a surprise that Santorini is on so many people's bucket lists with its pristine whitewashed houses, dazzling panoramas, blue waters and romantic sunsets. Though this weekend, people were not flocking towards but away from the Greek island. Over the past 4 days, more than 200 earthquakes have been recorded in the Aegean Sea between Santorini and Amorgos, which is another Greek island. The strongest earthquake reached a magnitude of 4.6.
My personal experience is that I have never felt an earthquake so strongly and with such frequency. An earthquake every 10 or 20 minutes. It's the first time. I have never experienced this before.
Dozens of tremors have caused
An earthquake every 10 or 20 minutes. Guys, can you imagine that? The ground under your feet seems like it's about to cave in. My goodness.
loud rumbles and rattled Santorini, prompting authorities to close schools, deploy emergency crews, blare mobile phones with alert warnings, ban access to seaside areas, and announce additional flights to help people leave the tourist hub.
This time things are serious.
Sassy.
Last night I slept outside my house. I was afraid to go inside. And today I said I'm going to leave. I will go to a nearby island to get away until things calm down.
You can see it for yourself. People want to leave. There is no way out. God forbid if something happens in Atheneo, the port, we're cut off because we only have sea and sky.
Santorini is home to just about 20,000 permanent residents, and its whitewashed villages draw more than 3 million visitors annually.
Wow.
This island is no stranger to earthquakes. It sits on several fault lines known as the Hellenic Volcanic Arc. This is one of the most active volcanic fields in Europe. You see this crescent-shaped caldera? It has helped Santorini get the Instagram island nickname. But this caldera has a dark history. It was created by one of the largest volcanic eruptions in the history of mankind.
Wow.
It happened more than 3,500 years ago, around 1620 BC. It destroyed a large part of the island, devastated its ancient civilization, and blanketed much of the island in ash.
People that hear this, a volcano gave Greece the nickname, the Instagram island. Box over. Most dangerous earthquake ever in the history of mankind. 3,500 years ago. I never knew that Greece had this type of volcanic history, or earthquake history. Yeah, you must can't hear me. No, I never knew that Greece had this volcanic history and earthquake history, ladies and gentlemen. Let's continue.
Although it's still an active volcano, its last notable eruption was in 1956. A 7.5 magnitude earthquake struck Santorini, followed by an 8 feet tsunami.
How's the
At
audio?
least 53 people were killed. Recent tremors have something to do with. Experts don't think so. Authorities say it's not related to volcanic activity. The seismic activity is due to tectonic movements. As the tremors continue at regular intervals with the same intensity, Santorini.
Millions of people flock to the Greek island every year, but this time they're running away because one quake after another has hit the whitewashed island, prompting authorities to deploy emergency crews, to close schools, and ban access to seaside areas and announce additional flights to help people flee. But what's behind the string of quakes? And is the worst over yet?
A surprise that Santorini is on so many people's bucket list.
All right, so that news clip just keeps on over and over again. right? Santorini, Greece, ladies and gentlemen, has 200 plus earthquakes in 4 days. I want to say to my Jamaican, yeah, I want to say to my Jamaican people, you have to take note of the disasters that is hitting. Can you guys hear me? Sassy, can you hear me? My check, 1 2 1 2. The clip again in the world. Let me see. Not seen anybody. Excuse me. The connection keep dropping. I don't understand why. My internet is a good thing. It's a good thing I went live here. Yeah, I realize the internet is really giving me some trouble. I'm sorry. See, even my computer. Look, see. Yeah, this is bad. Anyway, let me just wrap this up. My message is to the Jamaican people, right? This is my message to you guys. Do not, I repeat, do not take this incident in yeah, Norma, I realize. Do not take this incident in Greece lightly. 200 plus earthquakes in 4 days. My people, take sleep and mark that. Remember that Jamaica, there's a pending earthquake and tsunami of judgment for us. As a matter of fact, it's earthquakes, not earthquake, as far as I remember. Yeah, it is very interesting, Sassy 81. So that's what I wanted to come on here and share with you guys. Obviously, there's other things going on in Parliament and stuff like that, but I just wanted to come on here real quick and share this with you. Obviously, I'm going to put an official video out in terms of, you know, structuring the evidence together. You know how I do, to give you guys Sassy D. Sorry, Lord have mercy. Sassy D. Sassy D. Sassy D. Oh, Sassy D. Oh, Sassy D. A Sassy D. Yeah. So I'm gonna put something together where this news is concerned in Greece, because one of the things that the prophet spoke about is us taking heed to the judgment that is going on around the world in with these disasters of other places. So we should not be complacent. We should be mindful. We should pray without ceasing and all of these things. I remember the prophet saying that. And when I heard 200 earthquakes in 4 days, the first thing came to mind was our pending judgment, thus saith the Lord. So, Jamaica, please, again, do not take this situation very lightly that we see happening. I'm going to play the clip again before I go, just to, have it soak into the brain cells of the people them look a bit, because we know we're stubborn.
Santorini is on so many people's bucket lists with its pristine whitewashed houses, dazzling panoramas, blue waters, and romantic sunsets. Though this weekend, people were not flocking towards
Okay.
but away from the Greek island. Over the past 4 days, more than 200 earthquakes have been recorded in the Aegean Sea between Santorini and Amorgos, which is another Greek island. The strongest earthquake reached a magnitude of 4.6.
Hey, isn't this where Fox is from? Damn.
My personal experience is that I have never felt an earthquake so strongly and with such frequency. An earthquake every 10 or 20 minutes. It's the first time. I have never experienced this before.
Dozens of tremors have caused loud rumbles and rattled Santorini, prompting authorities to close schools, deploy emergency crews, blare mobile phones with alert warnings, ban access to seaside areas, and announce additional flights to help people leave the tourist hub.
This time things are serious. Last night I slept outside my house. I was afraid to go inside. And today I said I'm going to leave. I will go to a nearby island to get away until things calm down.
You can see it for yourself. People want to leave. There is no way out. God forbid if something happens in Athenio, the port, we're cut off because we only have sea and sky.
Santorini is home to just about 20,000 permanent residents, and its whitewashed villages draw more than 3 million visitors annually. But this island is no stranger to earthquakes. It sits on several fault lines known as the Hellenic Volcanic Arc. This is one of the most active volcanic fields in Europe. You see this crescent shaped caldera? It has helped Santorini get the Instagram island nickname. But this caldera has a dark history. It was created by one of the largest volcanic eruptions in the history of mankind. It happened more than 3,500 years ago, around 1620 BC. It destroyed a large part of the island, devastated its ancient civilization, and blanketed much of the island in ash. Although it's still an active volcano, its last notable eruption was in 1956. A 7.5 magnitude earthquake struck Santorini, followed by an 80 feet tsunami. At least 53 people were killed, and one
A 80-foot tsunami, you know. Mighty God of Daniel. No, sir.
third of the houses on the island collapsed. So, do these recent tremors have something to do with the volcano? Experts don't think so. Authorities say it's not related to volcanic activity. The seismic activity is due to tectonic movements. As the tremors continue at regular intervals with
But tectonic movements, no. That is dangerous. You're talking about the tectonic plate shifting. And it caused 200 plus earthquakes in 4 days. That is some shift. That is some shift. Damn, they are right on top of that plate.
same intensity, Santorini is bracing itself for a much bigger earthquake followed by a tsunami. While Santorini hopes it doesn't come to that, the island's history is reason enough to be fearful of the possibility.
More than 200 earthquakes in four days.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. And if you look at Greece in terms of culture, in terms of do you know about Pastor Gino Jennings? His information surpassed most of everything, every preaching we ever had of what? Yeah, throw me off topic. Anyway, Greece is a place where there has been some cultural, religious practices. You know, you have the Greek gods and all. You know, God said not to worship any other gods and all of these things. It's very interesting that this place is right on a tectonic plate. Is God, God has a sense of humor sometimes. God really, I mean, and it's not even no jokes. It's like, wow, this place that is, and I don't want anybody from Greece to be, oh, I'm just saying what we learned about Greece is that Greece has that type of history where the Zeuses and all these mythological gods were created. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Could Greece be set up for massive judgment? Well, I am not actively, connected in the realm of the spirit to say yes, whoopty whoopty woo. But I think just off my gut feeling, I think it's something for us to pay attention to. Pay attention to Greece, ladies and gentlemen. Pay attention to Greece. You understand? Yeah. Wait. Montague,
In St. Mary. She was a community person playing a very strong role in the Stockholm Park Citizens Association. So from St. Mary, we salute a good St. Mary woman, adopted. and hope and pray that she will rest in peace.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Speaker, I have to say a few words because Phyllis Mitchell and I entered this parliament in the class of 1993.
Oh, somebody passed away.
And I remember
basic school, some toilet bowls.
Feel like you're the only person. You're extra special. Her warmth, and it was mentioned, her humility is, she loved the people of her constituency.
Oh,
and a couple of few days
okay. He's an MP or something.
ago, I had the privilege of.
Nobody is indispensible or otherwise terminated, whether through acts of God or the Queen's or King's enemies,
Nehru, what's
or
up?
indeed by untimely circumstances. This is not an occasion.
Founded in 2000, the Parliamentary Network.
I really don't like hearing that lady's voice.
For those persons who are sitting in the gallery, we do welcome you at this time. Persons who are watching by way of other social media platform and PBCJ, we welcome you once again.
I think that they started a new live stream. Yeah, look like there's another one that passed, man. Big up Mystic Sensation. I thought if I press carried something earlier. Yeah.
Millions are given to 25 customers. Switch to Digi. You could win $1 million. Purchase smartphones as low as 10K. Buy a 7-day plan or higher.
But Ivan say, Mrs. Phillips Michael, former PMP minister. Oh, so she's been retired. Okay.
Here's the plan for more entry. 25 for 25 promotion is authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming, and Lotteries Act. Digicel.
Attack for the press. Well, go.
I'm not with Member Chuck on the issue, an announcement.
You know, you would.
Okay, so.
Make we listen to Delroy Chuck. And big up Atta Press because she keep me informed. Because she Atta personal. You understand? See title live video. JLP reviewing Integrity Commission Act. Alright, planning to amend. Listen to this.
By wisdom warriors, I want to listen good and take in this because I said the boy Delroy Chuck, him no want the class for remove. When I say the gag order, him no want the gag order removed. None at all. I talk about protection. Everybody him want protect. Everything that is bad, Delroy Chuck a protect. I don't understand why. He want protect the sexual offender registry. No, we want protect criminal and thief. I don't understand. Me I wonder if him a one of the 8. By wisdom warriors, hear this.
About who they say or what body they say are being investigated. Because if they come out with a report that they're investigating, say, 2 permanent secretaries, as I mentioned last week, it creates reputational damage to that body, say, of permanent secretaries. I'm not saying they've done so. But when you do that, you create a problem of speculation, and that is why I've repeatedly said Section 53 was put there, and I was a part of that Joint Select Committee to avoid reputational damage to public officials, which at the end of the day, it is as the New Zealand position say, you can't remedy it. Don't care how you say that, you know, you withdraw the speculation. So, Chairman, as far as I'm concerned, even though most of the submissions are saying the so-called gag clause should be removed, it is there to avoid reputational damage. And my position is that it should remain as is.
I mean, I heard what Member Chuck read on the New Zealand guidelines. I really wanted to hear this specific legislation because what he read, in my view, still leaves a lot of discretion open to the particular anti-corruption body to determine whether it comments or not. Now, when it said, the critical thing that Member Chuck said from the New Zealand legislation was it wouldn't comment until it is in a position to recommend. In our scenario, a recommendation has to go to the Director of Corruption Prosecution, who can either agree or disagree. Now, if you follow that principle, you would maintain the status quo as is right now, because that's in essence what exists now, which is that a report comes to the Parliament, is tabled, a recommendation has been made, and an indication is provided as to whether that recommendation has been either adopted or rejected. But as I said, I still want to, Member Chuck sent it to me. I'd like to see the specific wording of the legislation. But I think, like Member Chuck, I do have the concerns about the inability to repair damage once an announcement is made, and that great care must be taken to in how we treat with this particular clause. I think that the challenge is and I know investigations take a long time, particularly related to financial matters. I think the length of time in tabling reports, is what gives rise to the speculation and the anxiety. I'm not with Member Chuck on the issue of the annual report of the Integrity Commission. I'm not offended by the particular not clauses, the descriptions. I'm not offended by that because I do believe, as part of their own accountability in terms of an agency which receives a very large budget, it is important to know who they are investigating and where they are with those investigations. So it doesn't bother me that particular categories are highlighted. I think the reality is that in our society, members of parliament, just by virtue of who we are, get more scrutiny than everybody else. So in the table, it says permanent secretaries, public officials, other people, but everybody focuses on the members of parliament. I can't blame them for that. That's the nature of the society. I mean, I have been critical of the Integrity Commission in the past by saying, why is it taking, you're getting $5 billion a year, or what, I don't know what the figure is, but why is it taking you so long to investigate critical matters? So I wouldn't change that because it's important for them to account on their work. I think what the public wants to see, having seen whether it is 6 officials under investigation, they would want to see timely publication of report, timely tabling of those reports in Parliament, so it reduces the speculation and the anxiety that might exist in particular groupings that are highlighted.
Any other comment from members on this? Just to indicate for guidance of our technical team that will have to do the drafting afterwards, is that we usually make decisions as to whether we amend or change or recommend a change on the basis of a sense from members.
Hey, we're gonna let you right the side of people. Big up on a nice clean self. See you guys later. That's my time. I'm out. Peace. Tell me what you think in the comment section, alright?